Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the Cluck of America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody out in TV land, social media land, wherever you're watching us. I'm Ray Amanat, and this is the Ray Amanat Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that are interested in getting a hold of me and giving us topics for future shows, or if you'd like to give us comments, you could shoot me an email at info at theRayAmanatShow.com. I would love to read your comments, and if I like them, I'll even read them on our next show. So please send us some input at info at theRayAmanatShow.com. You can also go to our Facebook page while this is airing and make your comments on what you think of the show there. It's not up there yet, but it'll be up there soon, I promise you. So, another avenue of where you can find our show, if you go to the OBBM Network.tv, OBBMnetwork.tv, and then search for The Ray Amanat Show. You'll be able to get all of our previous episodes on that network. You're able to watch that on your TV if you have Roku or any of those. So go to the OBBMnetwork.tv, search for The Ray Amanat Show, and all of the shows will magically appear. Thank you, OBBM Network, for sponsoring us on your network. We're proud to be a part of what you are. They have a whole bunch of other podcasts that are all conservative leaning talk shows or information shows and news shows. So check them out. So today, we're Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, is now the chosen candidate, even though she got 0 votes. She's the chosen candidate to run for the President of the United States. Now that the Democratic convention is over with, I know that's old news, but it's funny. About 6 to 7 weeks ago, nobody really liked her. Nobody liked her cackle. Nobody. Let me see if I could get. I know I use that for Nancy Pelosi, but I don't know if that's going to be Kamala's new thing. But 6 to 7 weeks ago, no one liked Kamala Harris, and now she is the new Barack Hussein Obama. She's the anointed one. Everyone's got T-shirts with her face on it. You know, she's the anointed one. She's the one that everyone is voting for, regardless of anything. And I hope we watch out for voter fraud, especially this coming election. So today we're gonna dive a little deeper because everyone is. And as always, I encourage you to do your own homework, do your own research. Don't go by what I say, don't go by what the news media says, but you know, do your own research. So let's take a deeper dive into VP Kamala Harris, starting with, if Joe did such a good job at everything, because all the Democrats were like, Joe, you're so brave. You've given over 50 years of your life and you're stepping down and you've done such a good job. If Joe has done such a good job at everything and he's so great, why is Harris on day one constantly promising to fix everything? Fix everything. Everything that they want to fix or everything that they created. So I'm going to need my glasses for this. So pardon me. Zoop. Kamala is running on the promise to fix problems that their party, all the Democrats, created in the first place. And won't fix now. Okay, why don't you fix it now while you're in power? She's the VP. Joe Biden has checked out. He was on vacation and he's on vacation again. He's no longer the candidate. And I'm sure he's a little pissed off. So he's checking out, just sitting there on the beach, soaking up the sun, saying, not my problem. The world is on fire. Russia and Ukraine, or the war is picking up and getting worse. Israel and Palestine, the war is picking up and getting worse. Um, we had the third year anniversary of the Afghanistan withdrawal, where we had all the names of our soldiers that were killed in action, and both Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did not show up to the wreath laying ceremony in memory of them. I don't even think they've mentioned their names, whether they've spoken to the Gold Star families or the families of the fallen. I don't know. I hope they have. But according to some of them, they've never gotten a call or anything from either of them. So, what do I have to say to that? I don't know. How about wake the cluck up, America? Wake the cluck up as these people do nothing. Which, Kamala's like, I'll try to use her voice. I, I don't know why everyone is being so mean to me. I haven't done anything. Yes, Kamala, you haven't done anything except cackle and laugh at the American people. We're not blind. We see what you're doing. You're taking a page out of your boss, Joe Biden's book. He's missing in action. You're now, after the Democratic convention, are missing in action. Hey, it's been about what, 37, 38 days? And Kamala, you have not done a sit down interview with one pundit. I'm going to say this, and I'm a nobody. I would love to interview you and have a sit down talk. Uh, so I'm putting this out there. Kamala Harris, won't you please sit down with me? Let's do an interview. I'll come to you, you come to me. I don't care. But I've got some questions for you, as do all the other pundits. Now, if the news media, the other pundits, are running, um, what are they doing? They're doing what they did for President Biden. They're coming up with all the excuses and saying, "Oh, she must be tired, or she's busy, or whatever." They're pretty much covering for you, running cover for you. Duh, I'm an idiot. If they're running cover for you to hide you from the public until the election, and that's the other thing. You've got early voting coming up, and everyone. It's kind of like Nancy Pelosi. Sign the bill, and then afterwards, once we pass it, we'll read it and see what's in it. So now they're like, vote for Kamala Harris, early voting. Let's get the early voting in now, and then we'll see what type of a president she'll be when she gets elected or get voted in. Wake the cluck up, America. Please wake the clock up. All right, moving onward. So when she says she's going to give $25,000 for first-time home buyers, yeah, I qualify to be a first-time home buyer now because I haven't had a house in 3 years, because I haven't been able to afford to buy a house because of the interest rates and the inflated prices of housing. So, but everyone, wake up. Your followers don't realize, everyone that's, oh, Miss Kamala Harris, we bow to you, you're the greatest. They don't understand that in order to pay for that $25,000, it comes out of their tax dollars. She's going to add higher taxes. More money is going to come out of everyone's pockets. The housing market, the price of the housing is actually going to go up by $25,000. Since she's giving away money, people are going to want to take that money also. I don't know where she went for economics class. I know I'm a high school graduate. I'm not a college educated person, so you could say I'm a dumb dumb. But I pay bills just like everyone else. I know there's things I can and can't afford, and she's going to make it to where we can't afford anything. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So on this one, Donald Trump was the first one to come up and say no taxes on tips. And then Kamala Harris comes out and says, "You know what? I think that's a great idea. That's 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 such a great idea. Hey, I think we'll do no taxes on tips too." But people are starting to wake up. They're waking the cluck up. She's been in office for 3.5 years. She could have done something like this from the get go. She can still do it now. Kamala, if you're going to do it, why don't you lead? Joe Biden has checked out. Unless Barack Obama is running the show, why don't you take the mantle and say, hey, everybody, let's pass a bill and not have any taxes on tips. Let's get it done now. Why don't you do it now? Why do you gotta wait for on day one? You're gonna take care of all these problems. You make me sick. You make me sick. Everybody, wake the cluck up. Wake the cluck up. I mean, I can't get any sicker than that. Joe Biden is taking it easy on the beach. President Poopy Pants, he's taking it easy now, so he doesn't have to take all the laxatives or whatever that he needs to, so he can be regular. But now we're dealing with another person that's ignoring wars, ignoring gun violence. They had their Democratic convention in Chicago. It's funny, when the Republican convention was up, I did not see businesses boarding up their windows and their doors. I actually would like to know how much junk and garbage was left behind at the Republican convention versus the Democrat convention. Nobody's really reporting on that. I wish I had the means to be able to go to all these places and report on it myself. But when you have businesses that are boarding up their windows and their doors in anticipation of the city burning because of the Democratic convention, that's got to tell you something about the Democrats. It's got to tell you something. Where they go, violence goes. So uh, let's move on. Actually, I think we need to hear from one of our other sponsors. Let me just say, let's check out the Defenders Gateway, shall we?
Defenders Gateway. We have created an amazing program to drive business to your door. Defenders Gateway app is the most unique way to honor and support our active military, veterans, active retired first responders, Gold Star, and fallen first responder families. Our goal at Defenders Gateway is to create a national network of businesses, Gateway partners, that offer honorary discounts to defenders. Our exclusive vetting process validates the defenders before they can use the app. No more stolen honor. We provide a seamless method of displaying discounts offered while directing defenders to your door. The Defenders Virtual ID presents a picture, current time and date, your store number or store picture, and the agreed location discount. Defenders Gateway is a unique and cost-effective program. Defenders Gateway.
So thank you, Defenders Gateway, for everything that you do to help our first responders and our veterans and active duty military by providing that app. Those of you that are interested in learning more about Defenders Gateway, if you're a business and you would like to be included on the app, you can go to defenders-gateway.com. If you are a first responder, a veteran, or an active duty military, you can download the free app and start using all their goods and services at a discount. Just check out defenders-gateway.com. Again, thank you guys for everything that you do. Let's get back to Miss Kamala Harris, and then we've got a video to watch as well. So from here, I'm going to you can unfriend me on Facebook if you don't like what you see. I'm going to need my glasses for this as well. But this slide tells you everything about the Biden and Harris uh, presidential ticket. I know it's now Harris and whatever the goofball's name is, Stalls, I believe. That's how much I can remember him because he's forgettable. But because of Biden and Harris, remember gasoline prices have gone up by 46%, fuel costs by 59%, natural gas 28%. Your autos are up by 26.4%. Beef is up by 20%. Pork is up by 14%. Bacon, and I love me some bacon, that's up by 15%. Chicken is up by 8%. Eggs are up by 11%. Milk is up by 4%. Apples, coffee, baby food, electricity, everything is up under this ticket. So, what do you think is going to happen if Kamala Harris, our country's going to go down the toilet, gets elected as president? You're going to hear a lot of that on a daily basis, and our country will go down the toilet, and there are probably a lot more wars going on in our world. And this is not really fun or funny. We should get over what we should do, everybody, because as always, we need to wake the clock up. Let's see what some other people are saying about Kamala Harris, shall we?
Kama-Chameleon said about the border before she ran for president.
We have to have a secure border, but I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct.
I believe if someone crosses over the border, it is illegal, and you would decriminalize it.
I would not make it a crime punishable by jail. It should be a civil enforcement issue.
I know what a crime looks like, and I will tell you, an undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
And now,
Before I let her speak, let's talk to all the victims of these undocumented criminals that have raped and killed thousands of people across our country. Let's talk about all these undocumented criminals that have brought fentanyl across the border and have killed thousands of people due to drug overdoses or exposure to fentanyl. Again, she makes me sick.
now here's what she is saying now that she is running for president.
Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself.
Now that, believe it or not, is the talking points of every Democrat that I've seen on every news station, every news broadcast. They say Donald Trump is the one that that actually saved the border, that actually fixed the border. She's saying he doesn't care about the border, he only cares about himself. Please, please, you make me sick.
And when I am president, I will work to actually solve the problem.
Look in the mirror for the source of that problem, Miss Border Czar. Does she not remember that under President Trump, the border was under control? And not only has the Biden-Harris regime allowed an estimated 20 million illegals to invade this country from over 180 countries, but they've incentivized this invasion with free housing, debit cards, health care, and more.
So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all, to people who are in this country illegally?
Let me just be very clear about this. I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public safety, public education, or public health, period.
Do you know we're even paying for illegals who are transitioning into becoming women? So while you and I pay hundreds of dollars a month for our health insurance, struggle with those ridiculously high deductibles, you just heard it right there from the Border Czar's mouth that she wants to use your tax dollars to pay for free health care for illegals. And she wants to also decriminalize all border crossings. This is the Harris plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, wake the Cluck up. They're saying it to your face. They're not hiding it anymore as far as what they're going to do with this country and the direction we're going to go. Think about where you were 4 years ago, how much money you had, how much freedom you had, how much everything we had. And I think about the last 4 years. Have things gotten better or have things gotten worse? That's really up to you to ask yourself that question. Let me get into this real quick. So, Self Defense Pros, we are, that's our new business that I've started, producer Debbie and I, and we are going to be doing lectures and seminars and private training. We're partnering up with different organizations here in Florida. So, stay tuned to our Facebook post so you get an idea of who we're working with and what we're doing. On another note, everybody, our founding fathers said, here's the First Amendment. And just so we can protect our First Amendment, here is our Second Amendment. Remember that, everybody. Yeah, we have the freedom of speech, and we have the right to bear arms to protect that freedom of speech. Which is why I would like to go on a nationwide tour and hit all 50 states. Whether it's promoting the Ray Amanat show, promoting my books, or doing the lectures and seminars on personal safety, or boxing, kickboxing, or any type of weapons training. All you got to do is get a hold of us at info@rayamanat.com. Again, that is info@the RayAmanatShow.com if you're interested in having us come up to do a presentation. This is our QR code for our merchandise. So if you would like to get a t-shirt with Clucky the Chicken on it saying "Wake the Cluck Up" or any other paraphernalia, please visit our store. Thank you. Why, thank you. Please visit our store and order your merchandise and help get the word out about our show. We are increasing our audience base and we appreciate you guys for listening and watching. As always, if you need help, if you're dealing with a domestic violence issue, if you're dealing with contemplating suicide or know somebody that's hurting themselves, or if you're a witness to crime, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. The Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-TALK. And if you want to make an anonymous tip, you can call Crime Stoppers USA at 1-800-222-TIPS. All right. That is all for our show. We thank you for watching, and we will catch you on our next show. Until then, be safe.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the Cluck of America.